Man, this has been awesome to learn about Gideon. I am so happy that you have come with us. This is our third and last video. You know, I'm not going to highlight everything about Gideon. I want you to read the text yourself. I am just going to highlight things that really schooled me. You know, sometimes God just schools you. And I want to pass that information along to you. Now, where we left off last was where God looked at Gideon and he said, let me tell you something. I am going to defeat the Midianites, even if it's by one man. I don't need thousands upon thousands of people. I need one willing person. And I absolutely love that God says that he can defeat anything by one willing person. Now, this is what God asked Gideon to do. There was an altar to Baal that was set up in the area where Israel lived. And God said, I want you to go and I want you to tear down that idol, that altar to Baal. And Gideon did that. He actually went that very night and he tore down that altar. But then it was time to fight the coalition that was destroying the sustenance of the land. Then it was time for Gideon to gather an army around him and for him to go after who was bullying the army of God. So this is what happened. It's so interesting to me. It says in verse, Judges 6:34. So the Spirit of the Lord came upon Gideon, and he blew a trumpet, and the Abiezrites were called together to follow him. He sent messengers throughout Manasseh, and they also were called together to follow him. And he sent messengers to Asher, Zebulun, Naphtali, and they came up to meet them. Now, I have to stop at this point for a moment. A couple of chapters previous to this, someone decided, hey, you know, we need to do something about this coalition against us, and they tried to gather an army. They tried to go in and create an army to fight this coalition, but they were unsuccessful. Why were they unsuccessful? Because the Spirit of the Lord was not with them. That verse, when it says, so the Spirit of the Lord came upon Gideon, if you look in the original text, it literally means Gideon put on the Spirit of the Lord like a cloak. I am absolutely blown away by this concept that you cannot be effective until you put on and utilize the power that is at work within you. You know, in the New Testament, it says, if the Son of Man be lifted up, I will draw all men to myself. And when Gideon put on and accepted the Spirit of the Lord in his life and wore him like a cloak, all of the tribes of Israel came together and they formed an army to fight against the enemy. Now, I think of you and me. I have a battle to fight. I have decided that my life is going to count. I want everyone that will ever hear my voice to be changed by what God has changed in me. I can't do that if I'm walking apart from the Spirit of the Lord. My goal every day until my dying day will be, God, use me. I want to wear your Spirit like a cloak. I want to draw men not to me, but to you, to point them to you. And I'm telling you, when you utilize what is at work in you, if you are a believer in Christ, all men will be drawn to the Spirit, not of you, but of God and you. Love you guys. Hope this encourages you as much as it does me. We'll see you next time.